Hey there, Start here. Going back in for another level 99 no mods clear against the Shogun of Unknown Origin. So my previous clear was like a first turn knockout. This one is going to, this team is, I'll call it semi-budget. It's a fairly budget support squad, and with really just 2 DPS units taking it down on turn 4. Because if you don't kill it on turn 1, it puts up some pretty big mitigations, and you just kind of have to wait for those to wear off on turn 4 to go in for the kill. So I'll show you how we get that done. So here's my team. Fairly budget support squad. We've got Beatrix as the budget tank. EX1 Sylvie. Sylvie's not necessary here. She's really good for this fight. But Melissa, if you have Melissa is a much better swap in Sylvie's place here, because we already have Bulwark to provide 200% demon killers, and so having Melissa there to bring in the 250% human killer to a single target would be a much better choice. Plus, she could do the big 100% dark amps for the party, which would almost assuredly make sure that you kill on turn 4. This party with just Olive and Golbez bringing the damage, I tuned it down as much as I could to consistently get a kill on turn 4, but not like doing so much damage that it's like wildly overkill. So, I tried to budgetize it as much as I could to get this done consistently and cleanly as possible. All right, we obviously have Elena because she's a nice, essentially free budget support unit. Works really well as a support. She brings 160% demon and human killers when you're in Clash of Wills. Very nice. Bulwark, of course, is our budget dark imbue and dark support here. Also brings 200% demon killers with 30% demon mitigations for the party, which is fairly nice. It definitely helps for survivability. All right, so let's look at the gear real quick. All right, we've got Sylvie here, fairly budget gear. She is dual wielding, so we're going to try and build up as much morale as we can in this fight. So Sylvie's vision card has the Sisterly Bonds ability, which does 175, I think it is, yeah, 175 morale all up every turn. And if you dual wield the unit that has this card, if that unit is dual wielding, it will cast that twice for 350 morale every turn, and so that's very, very useful. She is our passive provoke unit, and pretty much the same build in both forms. I gave her a Blizzard Orb because counters can be important on the turn with the heavy physical damage. That's turn 3, every third turn essentially. It'll do an AoE physical attack, as well as some single target physical attacks that they avoid provoke and will target your highest attack unit. So we'll get to that and how we sort of account for that in just a minute. All right. But other than that, Sylvie's just your passive provoke unit. That's all she really needs. Beatrix, we're only bothering to gear her Brave Shift form. So some pretty standard bulk gear, just crank up her spirit and HP as much as you can. We're honestly not worried about elemental resists on this one. You can just really focus on bulk. You'll notice I have given her, this is Red Wings Cecil's vision card. If you don't have Red Wings Cecil, you can buy this card now in the Perma VC Select shop. The only reason I put this on her as opposed to Sylvie's card is for that base attack, because I want Beatrix to have the highest attack on the team, to basically provoke those really, really strong single target physical attacks that have accuracy. All right, I've already tested that. They do have accuracy, so you cannot evade them. And it does an AoE that basically wipes out all of your Mirage stacks before doing the single target physical attacks. So she needs to be the one taking those hits. She will die, but she'll re-raise, which is fine. One of the reasons why we have a Blizzard Orb on Sylvie. If you don't have Sylvie in the party, I have you have Bulwark there who can do AoE re-raise to make sure your tank gets back up. All right, but that's pretty much it. Just bulk her up, make sure her attack is higher than anybody else on the party. Do whatever you have to do to get her attack up higher than everyone else. Here's my Olive. You know, she's like semi-budget. We do have a couple of pieces of Clash gear. The more important one would be the Magister's Regalia. Just make sure she has some form of chain cap up so that she has the full 6x chain cap. That's the really important thing there. Otherwise, just capping up her killers. This card's really great because it has 100% Demon Killer on it. But, you know, if you don't have it, just do the best you can. She is maxed out on killers here, 300 Demon and Human. Your Olive does not need to be EX3 for this to work. An EX2 Olive will work just fine, but she does need to be at least EX2. All right. Here's my Golbez. Again, you know, tried to go as budget as I could on my Golbez here, so he does have one piece of Magister's gear. Golbez is the one that I always had to worry about having too high of an attack stat, because his attack is fairly high for a mage. And that's partly due to the Jester's Claymore there. If you gave him a sword that had lower attack but higher mag on it or something like that, that would probably be better. But we don't really have another weapon in peril, so we can't really like give him a rod because we're relying on Sylvie's sword in peril. You could potentially give him like equipped gun materia and give him another one of Olive's STMRs or something if you wanted to, and that would definitely make sure he never has to worry about having too high an attack stat. All right, but he's fairly easy to gear for this one. I did give him the Budget Vision card in case you don't have Dazzling Demoness, just to show you that you don't need Dazzling Demoness. Dazzling Demoness will definitely make sure that you get this one knocked out on turn 4, like without question, but it's not necessary. All right, and then his killers are 275 Demon, 300 Human. Good to go. All right. Bulwark is also dual wielding with Sylvie's Vision card. You can buy Sylvie's Vision card in the Perma VC shop, so you can buy as many as you need. Dual wielding to get that to proc twice. Otherwise, just give him some LB fill. He doesn't really need anything else. He's not going to be taking any damage in this fight, so he should be good to go. All right. Elena doesn't really need anything. You can kind of give her whatever you want if you wanted to do a little bit of damage, but she's really not going to. She's going to be spending most of the time in her Brave Shift form. So again, she's dual wielding, and then just give her as much LB fill materia as you can, LB fill per turn. Just try and max her out on LB fill because you want to make sure her LB is up and ready to go on turn 4 so that she can chain with Olive. All right, there's the team, there's the gear. Let's get in and see how we get this done in 4 turns. All right, so there's that gravity attack. Again, we're not going to worry too much about the gravity attack with this squad since we're going to kill on turn 4. And as you'll see, he's not going to deal enough damage, like without the attack and mag mod turned on or anything like that. He's not going to deal enough damage to really threaten Beatrix too much. All right, so Beatrix will just cover and put up her mitigation. Sylvie's going to do her elemental petals, vines, and burgeoning defense. That gets the barriers up every turn and does some morale fill, which is nice. Olive's just going to go ahead and do her LB, so we can get 1 charge on her Magnus. Elena will unlock her triple cast and do Beloved Heroine, so we can do some LB fill. Bulwark is going to unlock his triple cast. We'll do a Chirrup and a Moogly mixtape to unlock that triple cast. Golbez is going to do his Jet Black Curse, hit the boss with Dark, and then we'll just do some breaks for some morale fill. Alright, So yeah, he just does one AoE magic attack on that one. It's non-elemental, I believe, and so yeah, as long as your tank's strong enough to take it, it should be fine to go there. All right, we will do a little bit of Curaga here. You'll notice it doesn't do too much because we have the healing reduction, but that's all right. Saintly Protection there to keep her 85% self-mitigation up, even though we have Sylvie doing that. If you didn't have Sylvie and you had Melissa instead, you'd obviously want to do that. All right, Sylvie's now going to shift. Okay, she is going to put I've Got Your Back on Olive. And then Paladin's Defense. Okay, we want to make sure we do that. And then Cheerful Paladin Strike for some morale fill. Bulwark. Oh, he's going to shift, first of all. Okay, Bulwark will now do... we'll do another Chirp for some morale fill. Moogly Mixtape for more morale. Shadow Serenade to imbue everybody. Alright. Elena is going to do Azure Might for the 100%... 160 Human Demon Killer. And then Beloved Heroine, Legendary Heroine. Alright, we'll go ahead and send off Olive's second LB, so now her Magnus is fully charged. Golbez will just do Curse again for some morale fill and hit the boss twice with Dark. If you had Magic Boost Plus on your Golbez, you would want to go ahead and do one charge of Magic Boost Plus on this turn. I don't have it, but yeah, it is what it is. So assuming you've got Magic Boost Plus, I'll just do Give Your Powers to Meteor to show you what you would do. Because you need to hit the boss with Dark at some point on this turn, so Olive's going to take care of that. She'll do Dual Summer Shot, Fiery Splash, Brilliant Splash, Gunner Guardian, and Fire Cannon Fire to get ready for next turn. Alright, Elena will do Radiant Shield, Blessing of the Azure Crystal, and Legendary Heroine. Bulwark is going to do Chirrup, Moogly Mixtape, and Sacred Symphony. This is what does the 200% Demon Killer for the party. Also puts up 30% Demon Mitigation, which is nice. It doesn't really matter because Beatrix is going to die on this turn, and Sylvie will re-raise her. If you didn't have Sylvie on the party, you would want Bulwark to do Mascophony as one of his abilities, and that does AoE re-raise. So if you had Melissa on the party, you would have Bulwark do Mascophony to put re-raise on Beatrix so that she gets back up after this turn, because she is going to die. Like, there's no getting around it. Now our healing has worn off, so we are going to do a Curaga. Saintly Protection. Alright, Sylvie will do Paladin's Offense, Clever Paladin Strike, and another Cheerful Paladin for the morale fill. Yep, there she goes. Sylvie gets her right back up. No problem. Even if she didn't, you know, if your team's strong enough that you're going to kill in this turn, then you're fine. Now, the reason why we wait till turn 4 is because the boss had really high general mitigation that doesn't wear off until turn 4. So he puts it up on turn 1, wears off by turn 4. Okay. So you either kill on turn 1 or you go in for the kill on turn 4. Alright, so Sylvie and Bulwark are going to chain to ramp up the chain for Olive. Alright, Golbez drops a bomb. Olive does her SLB. Elena will shift to do her LB to chain with Olive. Alright, so we'll start Golbez. And then we'll do Sylvie and Bulwark. Wait for them to ramp up the chain. Then send Olive and Elena. Okay, and hopefully that knocks this boss out real nice and clean. Let's see how we do. There you go. All right, 4 turn, knock them out. 2 bill, yep, pretty much what I did the last 2 times. It's been hanging right around 2 billion there, so pretty consistent. and you know, there's room for improvement if you've got better gear for your units to make this, you know, get this one done pretty clean and simple. All right, Olive leads the way on this one, 1.3 to Golbez's 700 million. Of course, obviously, if my Golbez had Dazzling Demoness and the Dark Vision Sword and Magic Boost Plus, he would easily be right up there with Olive, you know, doing over $1 billion by himself. So definitely lots of options there. All right. So yeah, that's just another quick and easy way we can get this one done with some older units, more budget units. Not necessarily budget gear, but if you've been playing Clash of Wills for a while, you should have, you know, a fair amount of Cal Clash of Wills gear that you can put on these units. All right. Yep, and that's it. No good rewards there for me. All right, so yeah, that's just another way that we can get this one done in 4 turns for a level 99 no mods clear. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. If you can't do a first turn knockout option, hopefully this one will help you out. I might try one with Melissa and maybe some different units. I'd like to do a level 99 clear using Melissa, just to give you guys an idea of how she works here. All right, so stay tuned, and I will see you on the other side.